This has been the journey so far. The drenched fort was dry, but the horsemen loosed its waters. And then the makers rejoiced, for their forge burned anew. From its fires they made a key, one which could awaken stone.
Alright, so now that we're all caught up to where we left off, let's get back into the lore stream. And hello, Sasha here. So we left off yet last time with the Maker's Key that we just received, and which we can now actually have a look at in our shiny inventory, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So yeah, forged key containing the essence of the Maker's powers. With it, Death can activate constructs. So as Alia explained, this key is essentially used to carve a path through stone so the life force from the heartstone can flow through the construct and animate the construct. And hello, Buranar. Okay, I'm just gonna have to have a quick look at the map to see which side missions and stuff we picked up and what we already started. Because now that we have the gun and Blackroot's stone and all of that wonderful good stuff, we can actually start some of our side quests, especially the Silent Stone. It says return to the cave, but there was no cave. We're still going to return to that construct. So we're going to do a slight bit of backtracking to start that quest, and we are also going to do we're then going to go to the Nook and to the Lost Temple, and that will probably be all we can do today, because the Lost Temple is actually it's actually a pretty long dungeon, especially when you first go in there, because of how stupid the layout is. Alright, so we're going to start off over here, and we're going to activate Oron's body, and he's going to tell us to go looking for his limbs.
I have to go alone.
The reason why I want to get this quest started now is because that's going to make it easier to gather the parts that we need for the next step of this quest.
Who disturbs my sleep? A fleshling in the forge lands. You have the look of neither angel nor demon. When last I woke, they were the children of creation. But your kind, I do not recognize.
How long have you been sleeping?
How long? That I do not know. But I seem to be half my normal stature. With construct sleep, the stone wanders. Perhaps you might find my wayward self and return it to me.
How can I do that?
Take this, a piece of me to awaken the old stone, and remind it of life.
What should I call you?
Oron is what I was called in flesh, but in stone, I have no name.
Alright, so here we have a fragment of Oron's Heartstone, and with that we can basically reanimate his body parts, and they will just get up and walk to him all on their own. Now, interestingly, Oron said that when he last woke, angels and demons were the children of creation. So he has been around since angels and demons were a relatively new species. So he's old. He is much older than Death and War and any of the other horsemen. He's much older than the Nephilim in general. He has been around when angels were young. So And that's not even how old he is, that's just the last time he woke up. So you can imagine that makers are just ridiculously old. Now we're just going to take a very quick detour here and we're just going to wake up his limbs, because that's going to make our job a lot easier. Got the first one over here, and all you need to do is press a button. There's also a very subtle fridge horror here. Like, just imagine you go to sleep and you wake up God knows how many centuries later and half your body is gone. You gotta wonder, how often does this happen to constructs? And I guess if it happens to constructs who are relatively small, who only have like a fraction of a maker's soul, who are probably not 100% fully sentient and aware, it's probably not that bad. But if you're someone like Oran, who is basically one whole maker packed into a construct, that's gonna be kind of terrifying to wake up and just find half your body being gone. Satchel, you're in the chat, hide and seek glimpse edition. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Like, that is sleepwalking on a whole new level. Like, I would not want that. But anyway, the reason why I'm waking up his limbs now, even though I don't technically have to do it, is because once he is complete, Oran is going to tell us to look for, to go to Muria, so she can tell him where the lore book for the makers is, basically. And she's gonna ask us to collect shadow leaf seeds. And for those, we're gonna have to kill a couple of enemies. So it's best to do that before you go to the last dungeon, so that you can basically use the enemies in the last dungeon to get those required items, and not have to worry about scrounging them up from other fleshy enemies, because only fleshy enemies count. Constructs do not count for that quest, so you really have to work on it. Going to take one little detour over here to get this stone, because this is one I really like to forget if I leave it until we have to come back here. And the third of his limbs will be in the area between Bainswood and the Charred Pass, and then the fifth one will be between the Charred Pass and the Scar. The fourth one, sorry, will be between the Charred Path and the Scar. So those should be relatively easy to get. And along the way, we're just gonna pick up all of these Mystic Stones now that we have the chance. We're not going to use them until very, very late in the game. It's probably going to be one of the last things we do. But it's just easier if you start picking them up now, when you have the chance. Ouch. Leave me alone, Construct. Ooh, a new scythe. Unfortunately not better than what I already have.
This is no place for a horse.
Yes, it's a place for a horse. Shut up, Dad.
Go alone.
Alright, on the bright side of Oran losing his legs, it's probably the fact that he is incomplete that prevented him from being called to Earth as the Maker's toll for the End War. So at least he didn't end up on Earth and enslaved by the Destroyer like the rest of the Wardens, so that's a bonus. Yeah, Oran and the construct that we are supposed to wake up in the Lost Temple are essentially the only two big wardens left in the Forgelands. All the other wardens are on Earth, and they have not been having a good time, I can tell you that much. Alright, before we get his limb, there should also be a stone and a chest that we can get down here that we didn't get before, because we didn't have the gun, but now we can get it. And I think that construct just killed itself. Okay. Pokemon coin. Where are we? There. Ooh. Let me check that out. 55 and 58. Nah, it's not worth it. I'm keeping the pauldron of the horseman. Alright. Going to take a very quick detour over here because we can also finally get that stone and chest. Alright, there we go.
This is no place for a horse.
And here we go, one last limb. This dungeon to our left is the Scar. You can only get there after you get to the Foundry, but I would advise you to leave it alone until you are at least level 15. Because some of the enemies in there are really, really tough if you're under level 15. And you're just not going to have a fun time. So just leave it alone, even though you do get the quest for it and the gadget to help you get in there as soon as you finish the Foundry. But just leave it alone for a while. It's also probably going to be one of the last things we do, this dungeon. Alright, and now we can actually get back to where we were going to go. Question from the chat, am I planning to do the Scar eventually? Yes, I will do it. Especially because that quest is actually very interesting in terms of the game lore of the Maker and the lore about the Makers, especially Mioria, and I love her. But like I said, we're going to do it very, very late because the first time I went in there I was level 12 and I got my ass kicked, and ever since I basically just do it during my final quest and pick up, clean up once I have the Void Walker. So after Lost Light, this is one of those areas that we're just going to finish once we have all the gadgets. But now we're actually going where we are supposed to be going, which is the Nook. Now the Nook is a mini dungeon. If you rush through this game, you can complete this dungeon in about 5 minutes. Possibly even less, depending on what your gear is. But it does have some parts of it that you can only access and that you can only complete much later. Once you have the Void Walker specifically, there's one thing in here that actually requires you to have the last gadget in the game. It's ridiculous. And here is how to awaken a construct. I love the design of these guys. So these guys are not fully sentient, but they are bigger and capable of doing more things than your average normal construct. So these guys probably also only have a part of a Maker's Soul, but probably a bigger part than the normal constructs we saw running around outside. Like these guys. And I completely forgot which level we are and if we actually already have Unstoppable as a skill. I don't think we do. I'm gonna look it up as soon as we level up. Okay, these guys are level 6, so we can't be much higher than that in terms of level. Alright, there we go. Oh my god, guys, don't... Comments from the chat, don't remind me of the Elevator of Doom, please. Okay, we're level 7, so we cannot use Unstoppable just yet. I need one more level. No, I'm gonna keep what we currently... Although, how much critical chance do I have? 3%. Yeah, it's not worth it. I'll take it. The Elevator of Doom, though, I think the one in the Scar, if you die there, it does not count as a combat death, but the one in the City of the Dead does. Both of them are really bad, though. Like, I hate both of those elevators. Seriously. Alright, now here, as usual, the first thing you want to do is you want to run over there and get rid of that nest. This stupid stinger hive has got to go. And there we go, I think that was all of them. Yes. So we're not going up there yet because we're gonna need Soul Splitter to completely access that. There should be a Boatman coin in one of these though. There we go. And there's also going to be a Book of the Dead page. That's going to be up there, which we also cannot get to just yet. So we're gonna have to come back to this place at least twice, probably. And if you wanted to just complete the dungeon, you could just go through the door on the other side of the room where the Stinger Hive was, but we're going to get some extra goodies before we leave. Now this is another mini-boss. This is Bathier, the giant bat that Thane told us about, and who's essentially a reskin of Tiamat from the first game. I would say you can challenge her at about level 10, 11 if you're brave. We're also going to do her way late in the game. When we come back for this portal here, that's when we're going to kill Bathier. But what I do want to get right now is I want to get the stone that's up here, and I want to get the 2 chests that are on this way. Alright, I hate this elevator as well. Like, elevators and me just don't get along in games. Because I have actually managed on several playthroughs to accidentally kick that ball off of the elevator and then have to go back up here again. And it's annoying every single time, so hopefully it won't happen this time. Especially because the controls for steering these orbs completely suck. No! And there we go. That's what I was afraid of. Fuck my life. Okay, let's do that again. See, this is what I was afraid of happening, because sometimes if this ball is too far, if it's too close to the edge of the elevator, it will just... Hey. Get over there. It was stuck, so that's why I had to do this push thing, because I couldn't roll it naturally. You can accidentally push it too close at the edge, and then when you bring the elevator up, the ball just falls down, and that's exactly what happened right now. It is ridiculous. Okay, let's try this again. Stay there. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Thank you. Okay. And now please stay on top of this elevator. Thank you. There we go. I want to know which sadistic maker came up with the design of this... What? Did I just kick a scythe in front of me? Like, what the fuck? We are having all the good bugs today. I love it. Definitely equipping a new scythe.
Impossible.
Oh, now I'm sad. And yes, that scythe just glitched. We just kicked the scythe in front of us like a football. Excellent craftsmanship. Alright, we're going to ignore all of these guys because we don't really need them. Just gonna jump down here and get a boatman coin at the bottom of this sunken staircase, and then we're going to get out of here. We're not gonna fight any of these constructs. Wow. Really? Death? Seriously? Get lost. And there we go. Bye bye, Construct. Alright, now that over there is a death tomb. It is never quite explained who made those death tombs or why they are here, but basically you can open them with the keys that Volgrim will give you for selling him Book of the Dead chapters. We are going to leave this one alone until we are level 22, because this is where we are going to make our end of game possessed scythe, and we really need this specific death tomb because it has weapon racks in it, and we're going to use the Kingdom of the Dead death tomb for a level 17 scythe, and this one for a level 22 scythe. So we're going to build two awesome possessed scythes here.
What of carven stone?
That's what we call the Stone of Construct Sentinels, to be specific. A sad thing destroying what a maker worked so hard to craft. But these days it must be done. You'll find the Construct Sentinels you need in the Lost Temple. Good luck to you.
Yeah, we're gonna need it because Construct Sentinels are a bitch to fight.
Horseman, may I beg you another favor?
What is it this time, pup?
A compass that guided me to many wonders when I was young. I thought it lost, like the temple. But now that you've found one...
The other will follow. Very well, Khan. I found your armor.
Stone be praised! It brings back memories to see it again.
Actually, it's Fane's armor. He actually, if you get the armor before he tells you about it and then you hand it him, he will explain to you that he borrowed it and then kind of forgot it in a dungeon, which is just like, come on, Karn, it's not even yours. Just treat it with more care, okay?
What can you tell me about this place?
I've been here but the once. The time I tried to tip a construct.
A fine sport.
Aye, it is. I could but nudge him an inch before my nerves gave out. The whole time I felt Muria watching.
Yes, construct tipping. The maker equivalent of cow tipping. What a fine sport indeed. Ooh, Hellfang crit. I like. And we finally have some points to spend. Hooray! So, this is unstoppable. In the beginning it only lasts for 8 seconds and it's relatively weak, but this is going to be our best skill. And let me just assign that somewhere nice. We're going to put that on L1 and circle. And we are going to be using this skill pretty much exclusively. Like, there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 situations where we will use Aegis as well, but mostly it's going to be this one. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this dungeon is probably the hardest dungeon in the first playthrough, because you are still quite low in level, you don't have all your skills, you don't have all the really good stuff on equipment, and the final boss in this dungeon is just a massive pain in the ass. Oh, wait. Nah, we're gonna keep this. I don't need thorns, I just want defense. Also, the layout of this place is absolutely atrocious because there is a single chest in this dungeon which you cannot access until you actually leave the dungeon. And you basically have to go all the way back to the very end of the dungeon just to get that chest, which we are not going to do this time around because I can't be bothered. This is a lore stream, this is not a 100% completion stream. And even though we are going to do pretty much almost everything, fuck that chest in particular. We are not getting it. But yeah, this place has seen better days. And here is our introduction to the Construct Sentinels. That's these lovely guys there that look a little bit like a shield with a face on it. You want to kill those guys as quickly as possible whenever they are on the battlefield, because they can resurrect fallen constructs. So the easiest way to do it is to just use your gun. Just make sure you're targeting these guys and then just go for it. Now I am still trying to smash all of these vases and barrels and crates because, like you can see here, there's a boatman coin. But also I am trying to get as many health potions as I can. I'm trying to keep my health as close to maximum as possible because this dungeon is a massive pain. Alright, there we go, another one of our big constructs and big construct friends. And what I always forget, or what I like to forget, is this boatman coin underwater here. It is thankfully not the one that can be missed. There's actually only one collectible in-game, which if you don't pick it up will be inaccessible later unless you literally glitch yourself through the environment. But it's thankfully not this one, because I do tend to forget this one a lot. And now, Death, don't be like that. Just jump up there and get the chest. God damn you. There we go. Good man. Ooh, I will gladly take that. Looks nice. Question from the from Zen in the chat: which boatman coin did I mean that's inobtainable? The one in the Foundry. There is a way to get there. Zen actually figured it out, but it is extremely tricky to do, and I do recommend just not missing that one. On the bright side, it's only a boatman coin, so it's not really anything you're gonna need for much. Alright. Now, you can fight the guys that you ambushed by here either on your own or with the construct. If you have a well-built scythe, a well-built possessed scythe, it's usually easier to fight them on your own. Since we don't have that, we're just gonna smash them with our big construct buddy. Did we miss anyone? Oh, there. Oh, I spy with my little eye something called a potion. I'ma take that, thank you. And I don't think they dropped anything else that's useful. I do like to clear out as many of these corruption crystals as I can as I'm going through the dungeon. Make the cleanup a little easier for the makers. Because yeah, even after the corruption is gone, it's gonna take so long to bring this place back into shape. Now this has better resistance but less defense, and we don't really need guild or experience, so we're not gonna wear this. Alright, there we go. Okay, just gonna take a quick detour down here. Get that stone, get that chest, and then we can move on to one in a series of many awful battles in this dungeon. I don't need Wrath on crit, but thank you. Now here's the hilarious part. Death is supposed to be the quick one, but War can actually quick monkey grab along the ceiling, in contrast to this. So, hanging from a ceiling, you are actually slower as Death than you are as War, which I find kind of hilarious. And we're just gonna leave those constructs up there. We don't care. And we finally get our map. Now here's why I say the layout of this place is ridiculous. Because if you look at it, basically from the entrance all the way to the final boss is actually just one long straight corridor. But we're gonna have to take this whole ass detour over here through a whole bunch of uncomfortable fights. Get out of the way, though, or we're gonna trample you. Ooh, 51 defense. That might be a lot better than what I currently have. Not good enough. We'll leave it alone. Alright, now we're about to get to the first out of the series of pretty tough battles in this dungeon. This battle, if you can complete it in 5 minutes or less, you will get a hidden chest. But it involves 6 sentinel constructs and I think 3 construct champions. So this is very much not fun when you're on your first playthrough. Thankfully you don't have to fight all 6 of these guys at the same time, but it still sucks. And because we are under a little bit of pressure for time, we are going to put on Unstoppable whenever we can, whenever we have full wrath. At least once per round, so to speak.
Enough wrath.
Not enough wrath, but still has half his wrath bar. Uh-huh. Whatever you say, Death. Whatever you say. Alright, that was round 2. Round 3. Ouch. There we go. Oh shit, I forgot that execution puts me out of Unstoppable. Shit. Oh well. We'll make do. And as for the question from the chat, yes, I am on normal difficulty, which is why those Construct Sentinels can be taken down with Redemption. If you're doing this on, say, Definitive, it's not going to be that easy.
Not enough wrath.
I hate these guys so much. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I think that was round 4, so we should be done soonish. Gonna equip this nice talisman, because it's better than what we already have. Ouch. Walked right into that one, and into that one. Yikes. We're going to lose so much health in this fight. Shit.
Not enough burn.
There we go. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, good. Alright, whew. So we lost 2 health potions, that's not too bad. Now we can go and pick up all of our loot. And smash all of these crates and maybe get some health potions back. I mean, I don't expect it because RNG just hates me, and yeah. No health for us. Fun times. Oh, but there is one. Okay. Much better. Why are all my items glitching today? Did you just see that happen with those boots? Okay, so this was the first out of 3 really awful fights in this dungeon. 4 if you count the boss. But we're not done yet. Here's a fun thing, but by the time I get to this place, I have usually forgotten that I can spider climb between walls. Or not spider climb, but climb like this between walls. So I remember the first time I played this, I was looking like an idiot for how to proceed for like probably 2 hours. I barely noticed you guys being here. Okay, and I just clicked that away. Anyway, that was the Journeyman Compass, the last piece that Khan forged before he became an adventurer. And we're gonna get it back to him. Also, did I pick up the Boatman coin that's behind this tree? I think I did. Yes, I did. Awesome. See, this is how my brain works. I can do something and literally a minute later I go, wait, did I actually do that? Oh, shit. Yeah, I should not have done that. I should not be reading the chat and trying to do parkour at the same time. Read a question from Boronar. Did I see the Mass Effect 4 teaser? I did not see the new Mass Effect 4 teaser. I know there's a Mass Effect 4 coming, as well as a remaster of 1, 2 and 3. I am really looking forward to the remaster. I'm very skeptical about Mass Effect 4. Also, I have to say, the fact that Casey Hudson left BioWare gives me hope. Because he was the person who was responsible for that shitty ending of Mass Effect 3. And so the fact that he's gone gives me immense joy. I just wish they hadn't gotten rid of, I think Mark Dara was his name as well, because he was the guy who basically ensured that there was at least an anthem. It wasn't a good anthem, but without him there wouldn't have been an anthem, period. So the fact that this guy left as well is kind of concerning. But I have learned my lesson. I am not pre-ordering any more games. I have unfortunately been burned when it comes to pre-orders by many of my most favorite franchises, including Darksiders, including Mass Effect. So it's just not. I try not to get hyped anymore, you know. And as for Trigger's questions about did he really screw up that badly, I'm not sure who you are referring to. If you're referring to Casey Hudson, yes, the Mass Effect 3 ending was shit. It had a 97% disapproval rating by the fanbase. So, and, okay, I know we're going very off topic here, and I'm sorry for anyone who listens to this stream for the lore, but basically what happened with Mass Effect 3 was you had those beautifully detailed games that were absolutely stunning and a joy to play and really immersive, and then the ending was basically what was promised was that your choices would matter and it would be like a satisfying ending. And from what I understand, as they were finishing the story, Casey Hudson and like one or two other dudes essentially sent everybody else from the writing staff out of the room and said, we're going to do this ourselves. And the ending they came up with was you basically pick between the red ending, in which a fair chunk of the characters you actually like die, the blue ending, in which you become an omniscient dictator of the universe, or the green ending, in which the evil murder machines fuse with every living creature in the universe, and that was supposed to be the good ending. That was supposed to be the ending where everybody gets elevated. Like the murder machines become more compassionate, and you become like upgraded and immortal. And all I can think about is the image of a Reaper Banshee breastfeeding a human baby. And if that does not give you nightmares, then I don't know how to explain to you why that ending is bad. So the Mass Effect 3 ending sucked. It was a beautiful franchise, 99% of it was absolutely gorgeous, and then they really wrecked it with the ending. It is just, ugh. So, I hope we don't get something like that again in Mass Effect 4, but considering how they screwed the pooch with Andromeda, I am very, very skeptical for Mass Effect 4. And like I said, I have learned not to trust pre-orders, not with Mass Effect and also not with Darksiders. If there is going to be a Darksiders 4 or a Darksiders Genesis 2 or whatever, I'm going to be really hyped for the game itself, but I'm not going to pre-order because I've just been burned and I don't need that again. So yeah, that's my take on game anticipation and pre-orders in general. Alright, now we are about to get to the second out of 4 really awful fights in this entire dungeon. I hate this fight so much. It just goes from bad to worse. And I mean, with Darksiders, unless you turn this thing into a rom-com where that then suddenly takes a turn for the worse and everybody dies at the end, I don't think you can screw this ending up much. Like, I don't see how you could end this series in a unsatisfying way. Oh, ouch. This is why I hate this fight. 2 Savage Stalkers and a whole bunch of smaller enemies. Like, what the actual fuck? The thing that really bothers me about the Stalkers is that sometimes they just flat out turn invisible for 5 or 6 seconds. And then you have basically just wasted your skill's time on this creature. And it sucks. If they are working on another Darksiders game, I don't know about it. Like, I'll find out when everybody else finds out. But I would not be surprised because Darksiders 3 did better than expected and Darksiders Genesis did pretty well, so I think it would be pretty stupid for them not to make a new one. Okay. So we lost another 2 health potions on this. Could have been worse. Oh. Alright, there we go. Nearly at the end of this awful, awful dungeon. How many Book of the Dead pages do we have? 8. 8 is good. Alright, we are not bothering with these 2 idiots. No, 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 no. We're just gonna reperform these bastards because I am so not fighting these 2 guys at the same time. Forget it.
Not enough.
Oh, please focus on the big guy, thank you. Alright, there we go. That was the 3rd out of the 4 awful fights. Nearly at the end, thankfully. And oh wow, we're finally getting a wrath potion for a change. I am going to smash all of these looking for health potions though, because we are very likely going to need them in the next battle. And not a single health potion in all of these crates. Fuck my life. Well, we got a possessed glaive with critical chance. Nice. Still, I would gladly trade that in for a couple health potions. Just saying. Oh my god, we really haven't gotten a single health potion. Oh, this is gonna suck so bad. I think I might actually die in this battle. I will try not to, obviously, but it's a very real possibility. This boss is a pain in the ass to fight. This is a Construct Hawk, which is essentially a Construct Sentinel with some extras. And this guy, I find you have to be very lucky with those bombs. Because for me, he has a tendency to explode them just as I am picking them up. Or just as I'm getting near them, and then you just take a whole lot of damage through no fault of your own. Also, if you are playing as a necromancer, your crows and ghouls are terrible at focusing on his hearthstone instead of just attacking everything. So basically you will be summoning your ghouls and crows and they'll be going after the small ones instead of the hearthstone, and then you just have to do the entire thing again. Your ghouls and crows are really not helpful in this battle, and as they are not in any battle where you actually choose your target. I think he's gonna explode these. Yeah. So, oh, there's actually one right here. There we go. Fuck. Oh, let's get out of the way. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna try to clear these guys out because otherwise they can just really interfere with your progress. Ouch. Oh, let's not get too close to him. I don't want that. Oh. Whoa. Well, we are doing better than I thought we would do, so it's not too bad. Please just let me throw this at him, thank you. Perfect.
Not enough wrath.
Are you serious? Oh, really? Really? For those 2 HP that he has left, we have to do this again? Are you fucking kidding me? Game. Come on. You can't be serious. Do we have a... Yes, we do. And we have all of these guys here, so we can't pick up the bombs without getting destroyed. Awesome. I hate this boss fight so much. Why does he have to have so many flunkies? Seriously. No. There we go. Alright. Okay. Oh! Wait. How did he... Well, never mind. There we go. Whew. Alright, and this gives us the Skeletal Axe of Rending. This is the only good thing about this fight. We get a kick-ass item. A tale often told amongst the Dead Plains concerns a proud warrior who boasted often of his skill, only for it to be later revealed that the braggart had claimed the victories of others for his own. Congratulations, you are Gilderoy Lockhart. As punishment, the warrior was transformed into a magical axe, doomed forever to assist others in gaining the glory he had so wrongfully sought. Although his axe does not strike as hard as many other weapons, it steals the vitality from those it strikes and transfers it to the wielder, strengthening him whilst weakening his foes. Critical strikes with the axe rend the foe for even greater amounts of stolen health. So this thing has health steal, and it is probably the only health steal weapon we are going to get until we get Echidna's Fangs. So we are going to hang on to this thing for dear life, because this is going to save us in case we run out of health potions. And it doesn't even look bad. So yeah, definitely keeping that. And we are finally done with this boss battle. And now we'll see if Zen is right and the chests over here give me health potions. Would be great if they did, but I doubt it. Oh, look. One, at least. That's already a good start. And yeah, that chest over there in the map behind this guy. Do you see that? Hello, Death. Just duck. I know there's a branch in your way, but just duck. Or take your hand and move it away, please. But yeah, this chest you can only get after you have moved a construct. And we are not going to deal with that, because we would have to teleport back to this dungeon, go all the way back here again, and pick up this chest, and I'm just not here for that. Look at this. We could walk right through here. I hate invisible walls. Fuck invisible walls. Fury would be crawling through here like nothing. She would be like, okay, cool, I'm gone. But no, Death has to be a little bitch about it. Okay. Anyway, time to wake up this warden. And no, Slash does not work.
My stone aches.
You may ache, Warden, but you're not corrupted.
Not yet.
Corrupted. Then it was not a dream. The Makers have need of me.
The Makers say that you can reach the Foundry, and that a Guardian lies within.
The Foundry, yes. It is where I was cast. But it was lost. And now you will need my help.
Corruption spreads across your realm and you slumber.
Stone is heavy. It is easier to rest. In my dreams I can move again. In my dreams I am flesh.
So that just adds a whole new dimension of horror to life as a construct. The fact that you can remember what it's like to be made of flesh instead of stone, and then waking up from your dreams and realizing, oh no, I'm actually trapped in the stone body. No wonder Oran has been asleep since angels and demons were a new thing. Like, I would probably be sleeping the entire time too, not gonna lie.
This place, what was it?
I cannot tell you. It's on the tip of my tongue, but my tongue seems to be elsewhere.
Will you help me, old one?
Yes.
The truly unfortunate thing is that the Makers are so old that these are literally the only two good options for them after death. Either they become a construct, or they become one with the forest.
Hold on, little one.
That is the only two options they have that are actually can include some form of continuing existence. So that's kind of depressing.
In my slumber, I have felt the Guardian reaching into my dreams. He is the strongest of us all, but in his heart there is a hunger. The Guardian was built to destroy. He has much in common with corruption. You must speak with Adard and make your peace before we cross over. There may be no crossing back.
That does not sound ominous at all. So yeah, this is our first clue that something is not right with the Guardian, because the one that the Makers have built, because as the Warden just said, the Guardian hungers, and that's not something that Construct should be able to do. So there's your first clue that something is seriously wrong. Now, before we go to the Foundry, as we are supposed to, we are going to take a quick detour to Oran, and we're going to basically give him back all of his limbs. And he's going to basically tell us to advance this quest, and that's gonna make us talk to Muria, so we can do that while we are in Tristone. And yes, there's a lot of Lord of the Rings inspiration in this level, all the way from the scene that we just saw being similar to, I think it was Pippin with the Ents. No, it's Merry and Pippin, both of them, with the Ents, and also the Eye of Sauron kind of design of the corruption. So there are some influences there. And of course the makers hilariously are every single dwarf stereotype you've ever seen, except they are giants.
Here goes nothing.
Oh, nice, we actually leveled
My
up.
stone is whole once more. Thank you, fleshling. The makers. I feel their despair. The corruption spreads, fleshling. But perhaps there is still time.
Despair is a powerful force, Orin. And corruption even more so.
True. But there is a weapon against such things. The will of the remaining makers must be rekindled. The will to fight the surrounding destruction. They must be reminded of the wonders we are capable of. Have you heard of the Maker's Chronicle?
I'm afraid not, Old One.
It records our history, our lore, our songs. Memory of it has faded, but it cannot be lost. Ryder, it's no mere coincidence that you revived me. We must find the Maker's Chronicle.
We?
I am too large for secret places, but you are nimble and small.
Very well. Where can I find this Chronicle?
It's been so long since I held it. I do not know where it lies, but if there is a shaman among the living makers, she will have the answer.
I will return with this Chronicle.
Okay, so nice implication here, because he just said if there is a shaman among the makers, she will have the answers. So he didn't just say they or he will have the answers. So apparently shamans are always female? Or he just assumes female? I'd like to think always female among the makers. And also, hilariously, he said he is too big for secret places. The secret place is literally on a ledge out in the open in Bainswood Forest. Literally anybody could grab that chronicle. But anyway, even though I do already know where it is, I could not pick it up if I wanted to, because we are going to need another item that Muria is going to give us. So now we can go back to Tristone. But yeah, this chronicle is many things, but secret it is not. Also, the fact that he says it records their lore, their history, and their songs, this is going to become incredibly important in a minute, because we will actually see in action how Construct songs can actually rebuild parts of the realm. So for the makers there actually is oh wow, we can buy a whole lot of stuff. For the makers there is actually a legitimate power in songs, an actual creative power. So we're going to talk to Muria.
I restored your forge and brought life to stone. But am I any closer to the tree? Tell me now, Old One. Or you may never get the chance. I hear the Foundry is dangerous.
As is the tree, horseman, and the entire forest. That is why you must awaken the Guardian. But have you asked yourself why you seek the tree?
The Tree of Life is where I will find my brother's absolution.
The Tree of Life is a gateway. From it, one may travel to places undreamed of, whether a world of oceans and forests, or ice, or endless night. The tree exists there. It may appear different, yet it is the same tree, and its roots connect all the realms. The Tree of Life is not where journeys end, but where they begin.
So this tree is basically Yggdrasil. And you can imagine that, assuming that humans have, in the Darksiders universe, have the same lore as we do in our actual universe, that this tree was probably the inspiration for Yggdrasil. And yes, its roots go to every realm except for Earth, because the roots to Earth got burned so that humanity can develop without interference.
I have lived 1,000 lifetimes, but I don't have the answers you seek.
And as for the comment in the chat about the only thing making the Chronicle more obvious being a big sign with an arrow, I picture like one of those flashy neon signs that you find over American diners, like over an American Waffle House or something.
Something troubles you.
That's the only way it could be more obvious.
Here is what you asked for.
Ah, thank you, horseman. You'll not be sorry for your trouble. This talisman will certainly help you on your quest, but I fear you will not break your destiny.
No, but I believe I might bend it a little.
Spoilers, this talisman is actually completely useless, and the only reason we're not selling it is it's because of Legendary.
What do you seek, Ryder?
The Maker's Chronicle.
I hardly know why you would be interested in the Chronicle, but your intentions matter little. It lies hidden, and even I do not know where.
Isn't there anything you can tell me?
Well, a lodestone could reveal the location of the Chronicle. You see, the artifacts were hewn from the same stone, and they will strive to be united again. Should you carry a lodestone, it will guide you to the Maker's Chronicle.
Where can I find one?
These stones are precious. They may only be used once. It will be impossible to separate the lodestone from the Chronicle once they are united.
I care nothing for its worth, and a single use is all I need.
Very well, but I need something in return. There is a dying species known as Shadowleaf. Its seeds have powerful healing properties. Bring me the Shadowleaf seeds, and I will point you to a lodestone.
Fair enough. I will find these seeds.
The creatures roaming the land enjoy eating Shadowleaf. You may have to carve the seeds from their bellies.
Okay, so now we have to collect some seeds from Muria, and like she says, we can find it in the creatures who actually eat Shadowleaf, which means only creatures made of flesh and blood. Constructs don't count.
There are new talismans for you to browse.
I don't care about your talismans, but I am going to sell a shit ton of my stuff. I think it's been a while since we cleared out our inventory.
I will make use of it. I will offer. I will make you.
And yeah, here is the talisman she gave us. A maker known only as the Mad Smith forged this talisman using the arms and armor of slain warriors from the Dead Plains. So, not only is this talisman not even made by Muria, she is just gifting us something that was made by the Mad Smith, whom we are going to meet later, but why the fuck were we gathering all these ingredients for her? She's not making a talisman for us. Grim, as the talisman was named, was crafted to distill and concentrate necromantic power from the Abyss. Because of course it was, because it's the Mad Smith and he likes to dabble with the powers of the Abyss. The Grim Talisman makes any weapon wielded by its owner build Reaper energy with every successful attack. this is almost completely useless for us. So the only reason we are
good luck.
The only reason we are not selling it is because it's a legendary item. Otherwise, it would be vendor trash.
Farewell.
Worry not, Maker. Now you can find your way home.
This compass guided me to many wonders. To hold it again after so long, it makes me feel a mere 500 years old. Thank you.
So 500 years, that is ridiculously young for makers. Remember when Thane said that Alia was running around the village giggling like a 2,000-year-old, implying that she was running around giggling like a little girl. So 500-year-old is like, must be something like toddler among the makers. Anyway, the Gauntlets of Savagery. Using the very bones of the demon he defeated an unknown maker craftsman, forged these weapons to celebrate his victory in battle. The wearer of these gauntlets is imbued with the demon's feral energy. The more damage is done to the wielder, the more frenzied and savage his attacks become. We do so not care about this item, and we're going to sell it. Not right now, but we are going to sell it eventually. So Alia and Valis should not have any new dialogue for us, I believe, but I'm gonna talk to Alia just to be sure.
Oh, Valis has been busy. There are new...
Yeah, okay, well, since we're here, let's sell it right now. Like, who cares? And now we get to see what I mentioned about Songs of the Makers actually being able to literally build things. And literally restore things. So the power of song is actually a thing among makers.
So the time has come.
Tell me about the Foundry.
It is a holy site, where soul is fused with stone.
Doesn't look so holy from here.
The darkness has spared little in our realm. But the Foundry is a place of magic. It is strong, and with your help we will claim it once more.
What became of the other wardens?
In my dreams I felt many of my brothers, but only one still called Oron, a warden most ancient. His song still haunts me, though his stone is lost.
And if you hear just this dialogue without any background from Darksiders 1, you might just think, oh, the other wardens are just asleep. But it's not just that they are asleep, it's also that they have been enslaved by the Destroyer in Darksiders, which we will find out in Darksiders 1. And that is precisely why he can no longer hear them calling, because they can no longer say anything. They are enslaved by the Destroyer.
Oron was hewn from rock first laid by the Stone Father. He knows forgotten songs that can help heal our realm. Thank you for restoring him, Horseman. Not safe here, for flesh or for stone. There is no shame in turning back.
No point either.
You heard the warden. It's not safe to go alone. You need my help.
Alright, now we are going to enter this dungeon, but we will likely not finish it today, because this is a bloody long dungeon. and I am really tired, so I don't plan to be streaming past the 2 hours that I usually stream, so maybe another half hour. So we're probably gonna have to end halfway through the dungeon this time. But yeah, as you just saw, the Songs of the Makers can actually restore the things they have built to their former glory, as the Warden just did with this bridge. And Oran, as was just explained to us, is one of the oldest Wardens around. He was hewn from rock first laid by the Stone Father, so very, very, very old. And supposedly knows forgotten songs that can do an even better job than what the Warden just did. So, yeah, Oran might actually be onto something when he tells us to collect the Chronicle so that he can help heal the realm. And ooh, those looked like some kick-ass blades. Ooh. Ooh, I have never seen this design before. Sorry guys, I'm just gushing over these arm blades. They're amazing. I mean, not stats-wise, but they're very pretty. I might actually keep those. I might keep those just for the aesthetics. Like, very nice. Okay, now the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get this stone, because otherwise we're gonna have to wait for this cauldron to come back here. And nobody has time for that, so. Alright, and here is a totally inconspicuous giant hammer that is absolutely not going to be relevant later. I should probably mention that as much as I love the music in the boss fight after this dungeon, I actually hate the boss fight proper.
Over there!
And this makes Dev the second horseman to get tossed by a maker. Because War also had the honor in Darksiders 1. Oh, nice. That's not what I had planned at all, but I'll take it. And fun fact, there is a dialogue when Kharn prepares to throw you, where he says, "I've thrown stones bigger than you."
I'm waiting.
And originally, when I was planning my stuff for Darksiders Week, I was planning to do a crossover of Kharn and Obelix from Asterix and Obelix throwing giant stones.
Stay there.
And then I was just so tired that I didn't have time and energy to finish it. Because those two would absolutely get into a stone tossing contest.
That's the Guardian, Rider. And if you would get to the tree, we will have to wake that beast.
And then what?
The Guardian will do what it was meant to. Destroy the corruption blocking the tree.
But it looks finished. Why does it just stand there?
The body is finished, aye. But as it stands, it is no more than dead stone. To give life to the stone, we must give it the essence of a maker's heart. 3 of them for a beast this large.
And how do we do that?
These heart stones were finished, along with the Guardian, but never married to the stone. They're all in the temple. We need only look to find them.
Then let's go.
Alright, I don't know if you guys just got that. I just had some trouble with my mic and my earphones, so I might have to get new set up soon. But anyway, yeah, this totally does not look like a boss battle that's upcoming. Totally looks like something that's going to be completely safe for everybody involved. Where is Karn? Where are you?
I'll take care of this. I'll tear you stone from stone!
There's nobody here, Karn. We already killed everything. Ah, Jesus Christ. Alright, now this is the room where we will have the only truly missable collectible in the entire game. So we're gonna make sure to get that one. And ooh, we're actually getting some health potions this time. I like it.
It's alright, I've got you.
So pretty much everything that is behind this gate becomes inaccessible if you don't do it right now. That includes the chest that we just picked up, the chest that we are about to pick up, and the boatman coin that we're about to pick up. So make sure you get all three of those if you're going for a full completion playthrough, because you will not be able to come back here without a lot of very careful, very stressful glitching. And if you do want to know how to get back here with stressful glitching, you can ask Zen for instructions. Alright, now let me just see if I remember correctly where I need to go first. I think it's this way to the chest. Yeah, perfect. Alright, there we go. And another thing, lore-wise, about these guardians, and especially this guardian. As Karn said, they're going to require the essence of 3 makers. So
in the forge. Old Wallace could manage this for days.
3 entire heartstones. That means 3 entire dead makers. How does that even work if 3 people share the same stone body? Like, how do you manage that? That's gotta be hella confusing. Alright, and it's a good choice that we decided to get onto this construct, because I am not fighting a construct champion if I don't have to.
that all you've got?
Okay, I think that's all of them. Yes. Awesome. Let's go pick up our loot.
Alright, I've got you, Ryder. Hop aboard.
Ooh. That's good. For the talisman, I'll have to see... Nah, we're keeping what we're having.
Come on, step up, Ryder. I'll toss you.
We already done that, Karn. Oh, but I need to get up there. Okay. Are you kidding me? Come on. There we go. I think I still need one more health potion. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, health on crit. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the arcane on there versus critical damage. But I am a big fan of health on crit. And it looks very badass. So I think we're just gonna keep these. I feel like this game is finally rewarding me for just flat out not giving me scythes for the first 6 levels.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead.
Okay, Karn, no problem. We'll go on without you. And wow, it's getting really stormy outside of my window. Ouch! Oh! Shit, I completely forgot that there was lava flow from up there. Oops. Okay, come on. So unfortunately this is health on crit and not health heal, so it's not quite as good, but still better than nothing. There we go. Oh shit, one of those. Okay. Oh, wow. Nice glitching through the wall. Nice camera glitch, I like. Alright, there we go. let's see what we've got. This had resistance, but wow! We went from 18 defense to 55, Jesus. That's good. This is actually not that much better, so we're gonna keep the one with the health. And yes, the reason why we are not healing from this health on crit thing right now is because our critical chance is still at 3%. So you can only heal from criticals if you actually do criticals, so naturally it's not helping us out that much at the moment, but oh well. I should probably start shopping for talismans at Mioria's shop. I'm probably gonna do that relatively soonish, and I'm actually going to keep this guy here because I do want to pick up this chest over there, in that alcove over there, once we have the death grip, which we're about to get right now. So get the death grip, get the chest, and then we can go where we were actually supposed to be going. Oh wow, wrath potion. We finally have 5 wrath potions. 6 dungeons into the game. 5 or 6 dungeons. How impressive. Probably have a look at my skills to see if I can actually upgrade Unstoppable, because that would also very much increase my critical strike chance. So let me just have a look at that. Not yet. I need to be level 12 and I am currently level 10. Yeah, no, fuck it. Oh, no, Steph, what are you? Honey, what? Seriously, don't do that. Alright, and here we have Death Grip, which functions pretty much like the Ghost Hook in Genesis and the Abyssal Chain in Darksiders 1, insofar as it allows you to grasp certain targets from a long distance, and you can either pull yourself towards the targets or you can bring smaller targets toward you. And here's our scenic money shot for this dungeon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to drop down this ledge and we're going to get ourselves a Book of the Dead page and some maker gear. Alright, there we go. Book of the Dead page, thank you very much. And here we have the Maker Scythes, forged from the very steel used to create the Guardian. The blades are engraved with ancient Maker runes, signifying their quality, and are sharp enough to cut through stone. So this is the first out of 4 realm-specific scythes that we're going to get. The stats on these are pretty good, like the additional stats, but it's only got 86 damage. So that's kind of meh. We're not gonna wear these for long. I just want to show you what they look like. I do actually really like this design, but again, this actually has more damage, so we're keeping these. Alright. Now we can move on. Oh yeah, I can finally get in here. That's all arcane, which we don't need because we're not a necromancer. And we are going to take a quick detour over to where we parked our construct.
Follow me!
Yeah, in a minute, Karn.
Follow me!
So we're going to take a quick detour over here just to get this chest. That we couldn't get before, now that we finally have the death grip. Defense and strength. I'm gonna wear that. Thank you very much. Alright, and now we can go where Karn actually wanted us to go. So I think we're going to get the first Heartstone, and then we're gonna call it quits for today, because I am very tired.
Follow me!
And yeah, this dungeon is super long as well, so... Oh, wait. There's a bunch of stuff that I can smash here. Let's see if I get some health potions. Would be nice. No? Okay. In that case, let's just help Karn.
Where you introduce them to your hammer.
Alright. So this metal is absolutely not hot anymore, even though we just pulled it out of lava. That's perfectly fine. Totally safe to walk on. Hey, seriously? Come on, Dev. Get up there. Now here we go with another elevator, and everything beneath this elevator becomes inaccessible once we are on our way out of here. So I think there's 2 or 3 chests at the bottom of this elevator. So if you want to have like 100% completion, just make sure you get all of these chests before you leave, because there is literally no way back down here, not even through glitches. And there we have a heartstone, so that's what those actually look like.
Ah, a heartstone. Within lays the soul of a great maker. Find a way to bring it down, and I'll carry it.
So those are about...
I've thrown stones bigger than you.
Those are about the same size as Death. And that's just one maker. The soul of one maker carved into stone. Whoa. Why the... Seriously? Death, honey, come on.
Have at it then.
I swear this wall is so glitchy for me when it comes to locking onto that death grip here. Half the time it does not work correctly.
Zip on over here. Over here. Good landing.
Alright, now. Please actually grab onto the ledge. Yes, thank you. Whoa, no, fuck. I thought I could just jump the distance, but now I have to wall run. Oh well. Where the fuck am I now? Okay. Guild Found is pretty useless to us. But what else do we currently... Ooh! Okay, 43 versus 80, that is a pretty big difference. And I just realized I really like that what we're wearing as a bottom piece right now. That harness. Looks very stylish. Yeah, I'm guessing we're going with that, because as much as I love the special stats on the special armor, this is almost double the defense, so let's take that. I do actually really like the armors where death is almost completely covered up. As much as I like playing as Harbinger Death, as Unstoppable Death, he has the ugliest late game equipment. So finding good late game equipment for him that actually also looks really great is, in my opinion, pretty tough to do. But then again, everybody's got different tastes, and I know a lot of people really like the look of his Juggernaut set and all that, so depends on your preferences, I guess. Now imagine you are the soul trapped in that stone and some idiot starts hammering at you with a scythe.
Will you want it?
Isn't that exactly what you wanted from the afterlife?
Let's get this back to the Guardian. It's getting hot in here.
And now I have that song from Nelly stuck in my head. Thank you, Karn. I did not need to picture you singing that. Alright, so time to kill a whole bunch of constructs. I don't actually know how this works if this battle is determined by the number of constructs that you've slain or by the amount of time that has passed until the elevator reaches the top. But it seems to go on forever.
Not even a scratch.
And basically these constructs are going to keep on coming until you reach the top of the elevator. Or it takes to reach the top of the elevator until you have defeated all the necessary constructs. I don't know which one it is, but either way, get ready to kill a whole bunch of constructs. Oh, ouch. He's running very low on health here. Alright, there we go. And yes, about the question that came up in the chat, someone on the Discord managed to raise only half of this bridge and still managed to get down there. Came back with Karn with the Heartstone and couldn't get Karn over that bridge anymore. So I don't know how they did that, but that was impressive. Anyway, we are almost at the end of the stream. 1 Heartstone down, 2 more to go.
The old stone awakens.
So we're going to do that next week. And then we'll basically be pretty much finished with the Forgelands, except for the side missions, which we're not going to start just yet. And we're going to move on to the Kingdom of the Dead from there next week. Alright. So, at this point, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you had some fun, even though it was a pretty light on the lore kind of stream. And I hope to see you guys again next week. Probably around the same time again, 8 PM Irish time on a Sunday. Until then, hope you guys had some fun. Stay safe and healthy, and see you next week, hopefully. Bye bye!